Real estate buying and selling is complex.
It can be simple if you have the right team.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.
We are excited to welcome you once again to another episode of Life's Inside Track. And I'm Yetta Decker.
And I'm Ken Decker.
And the amazing thing is we get to share techniques, tactics, tools, and even some tips that we all need, we all deserve. You, I, everyone. So we get to turn our house into home, our families thrive, and we live the very best life possible. We're going to consider in this segment, why and how does a team, can a team, the right team, help us reach our goals? And without it, how it can help us lose track of our goal.
And it can even make it easier to reach our goal.
And simpler.
Yeah, how's that?
So much simpler. I love it. I love it. So, Ken, team. So this month, what we've been talking about is guides. Right? Like that's the underpinning of everything we've talked to you about this particular month. So every month we actually choose a theme every year that
You're letting them in on the inside scoop.
Yeah, because that's what a guide does. A guide takes you through. They tell you some of the why, not just the how. They work at staying a few steps ahead of you.
Right.
But if you have the wrong team, the bottom line is they can't do that for you. You lose your place, you lose track, and you don't get the traction that you deserve to get.
Right. Speaking of traction, I don't know if this has ever happened to you or you've seen it happen where, you know, it's snowy, it's maybe hard to see or it's icy and you're following someone or somebody was following someone down the road and the leader goes into the ditch. They lose traction, they lose sight, they get white out, whatever it is, and they end up going into the ditch. You'll tend to see multiple cars follow them in because we're just following the leader. We're following the taillights of the person in front of us, not paying attention to where they're going, just paying attention to who we're following, right?
Right. So not paying attention so much to where you yourself are going because you can't really see it. Your guide, so to speak, is the person that is ahead of you.
Right. So you want to hope that they're a great driver. And the same thing in real estate is you want to pick a guide that knows the way to go, is a good driver, and you can follow them. And they're one or two steps ahead of you all the time.
Right. So when we say one or two steps ahead, doesn't mean they don't know the entire journey from the beginning to the end, but they can keep you informed, overarching general with the big picture, and then one or two steps with the details or the minutia of the steps that are required. Right. So you want to have a guide that is capable of guiding you and not steering you off path, because that can be pretty risky.
Right. And so who are you getting your advice from? I know a little while back you were seeking some advice on a piece of jewelry.
Right. Well, the piece I'm wearing. I am wearing my jewelry.
The one that you designed and built or had built. And you went to somebody that was close and near and dear to you.
Because isn't that the people we want to go to when we need counsel? We want to go to the people that we love the most, that care about our success, that are wanting to be on the journey with us. And so I did what felt comfortable to go to somebody that I knew was in my corner.
And then you hated the response.
Well, that's a strong word.
It is a strong word. And you did. You disliked.
Was devastated.
Okay, that's a strong word.
Right. I was devastated because the person had nothing good to say about the design or about the process or about the journey, about the jewelry, why even do it. It was questioning rather than cheerleading. And so I came home to Ken and I was like distraught because we both felt it was something we were meant to do out of our comfort zone, not our typical thing, but we believed.
God inspired.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ken's counsel to me was very interesting. He slowed down for a moment empathized a little bit.
Not probably enough.
Probably
as
not
usual.
enough, but a little bit. So we empathized that must have been hard to take in. And then he asked me a few poignant questions. And that was, how does that person feel about jewelry? And I said, well, other than their wedding ring, every other piece of jewelry that they've ever been given, to the best of my knowledge, if it was authentic gold or silver, if it was something that was substantial, they would have hawked it. They would have gone to see if they could sell it or give it away, but they didn't keep it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was asking counsel from someone that was in my corner, but that had no expertise, no desire, no understanding, no affinity with the thing I want to counsel
No
on.
interest and had no value placed on jewelry.
Right. And so why is this so important? Because this is the story I share to my clients frequently.
Yeah, because when you go to seek advice on real estate, buying real estate, investing in real estate, owning real estate, who you going to ask that advice of? You need to find somebody that's aligned, that loves real estate, loves building wealth in it, has built wealth in it, as opposed to, sometimes people will go, we've had clients go to their financial planner. Well, the financial planner knows stocks and bonds and mutual
Some
funds.
financial planners are also real estate investors.
Absolutely. But this is what I'm saying. Typically, those people invest in that. They invest in it because they know it. Just like we invest more heavily in real estate than we do in the financial world because we know and love it and understand it.
And because it's a roof over your head.
Yeah.
It's not going out of style.
Right. But we also invest in the stock market and in mutual funds and RSPs and things like that. And someone who, if that's all they do and they don't have real estate in their portfolio, are probably not going to suggest that real estate's a good part to put in your portfolio. A, they don't make any money on it. And B, they don't do it themselves. So that's the wrong person to ask that advice of.
Right. And certainly your neighbors or somebody that's had a terrible investing experience, maybe they're not the best person either, or even a family member, because they haven't had success with it. And why don't you have success with real estate investing? Probably because you don't understand it at that time. We had some not great stories.
Or they didn't have a great
or they
team.
didn't have a great team, a great guide,
Mm-hmm.
meaning the collective didn't understand it.
Right. Right. So why get a great guide?
Well, because without one, you're snookered.
Yeah.
Like, that's the bottom line. Without an amazing guide, you don't know what you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can see the pitfalls because there are pitfalls in everything. Is
Right.
it risky? I say it's not risky. And you do need to be informed. So part of that is experience. Part of it is selecting
It's
somebody.
not risky, but there is risk.
There. That's a great way to say it. So having somebody that has aligned understanding what it is you're up to and shares the similar values, somebody you can trust.
Mm-hmm. So when you think real estate, who you going to call? Ghostbusters. No, you're going to call the Decker team, right?
That's the plan.
That's the plan. Because we love positioning you to build wealth wisely, because it's about much more than just the money.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.